What's up, YouTube family? It's your girl Nisi here with Swirl Gang, and I'm back with another video. So today I just kind of wanted to do a little story time, you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about issues that really kind of, affect a lot of people, okay? But before I start, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. So today's story time is going to be about how I suffered from depression for a very long time, okay? Um, Now I don't suffer from depression, okay? Let me just put that out there. Um, but as far back as I can remember, I suffered from depression. I believe I may have been about 25, 26. I started suffering from depression. It wasn't, at first, it wasn't really a heavy depression. It just was like, it started out like it was just a little bit difficult to get motivated. Um, at that age, I really did not know exactly what it was. I just knew that, some days I would get up and I just would feel, tired even after I slept a certain amount of time. I would feel drained. I didn't start really noticing the depression until probably after I started having children. And of course, at that time, I was kind of attributing it to me having kids, like a postpartum depression type of thing, read up on it a little bit, not really, still not really grasping what was going on with me. At the age of 30, I still did not, it still didn't hit me, it didn't go off like a light bulb as far as like what it was really related to. Late 30s or what have you, started this is when I started really noticing that it was getting a lot worse, and I'm like, okay, I probably need to go see somebody, see a counselor, what have you. And for the first time in my life, I can truly say that I sat down and actively thought about depression as depression. Okay, and I think what it was that the counselor I was seeing, kind of just opened certain doors and just brought up certain things for me to relive, certain things I started remembering from my childhood, so on and so forth. And then it kind of started becoming a epiphany for me, as far as this thing called depression that I was suffering from. A lot of this depression slash anxiety kind of ran in my family. I know, okay, depression started getting much worse, and then it happened. Okay, I literally had a depression episode where I just felt like I was dying. Felt like I was dying. Okay, I went and I can't even really describe it, but I'll try to describe it the best way I can. I had such a dark episode that I felt like I was not able to come back from it. I was not able to pull myself out of it. I mean, it was darkness like I've never felt before. Okay, it was hard for me to just get out of bed. It was hard for me to take a shower. It was, oh, it was such a task for me to just fix myself up, go to work, just those small things. I felt like I could not even function. I decided to check myself into a hospital to be seen by a doctor, okay? Um, Crying uncontrollably. I mean, of course, there was circumstances that were going on in my life that was contributing to me feeling upset. However, the things that were going on, I should not have been upset to the point where I just felt like I couldn't pull myself out of this funk. Okay, it should not have been, it just didn't match. Okay, I have to go home. Okay, so imagine how it feels to, on one hand, you still have the worries of this world. You still have work. You still have your kids to tend to and to care for. You still have a marriage or just whatever. You still have responsibility. Responsibilities don't stop. Okay, so imagine on one hand you have all of that, but on the other hand, you're this thing called depression has taken you over so bad that you don't even want to function anymore. So, I pretended real well, put on a smile on my face, but, deep down in my heart, I knew that I was not well. I knew that I was not fixed. I knew that the problem had not been solved, okay? Got out, went home, tried to pick myself up. Did I feel better? Yeah. The medication started working. A little bit better, felt better. Was about He was about maybe 4 years old, and I never forget, he just walked up to me when I was laying on the couch and he said, "Mommy, I don't want you to die." And I just kind of looked at him and I'm like, what type of revelation did he just get? And so it just threw me for such a loop that I said, okay, Janice, stop being selfish, get up from this. You have other people that are depending on you. You have your children to take care of. They love you and they will hurt if you're not here. Okay, so I forced myself to get up from where I was. Okay, and when I tell you I prayed like I never prayed before, I prayed, I purged, I asked God to help me. I went to my doctor, got my medication readjusted, got it increased. I told myself, okay, that this depression is not going to define me, even though this depression may be a generational curse that's on me. It is not going to consume me. I told myself, I believed that this depression was not who I was. It was not me. I was not going out like that. For my 4-year-old son to look at me and say, "Mommy, I don't want you to die," when he saw the funk I was in, when he saw the darkness around me, that was pretty devastating. You know, I don't know, how many people believe in God. That really doesn't matter, okay? Because I know what I believe, and I know that God is definitely a healer. He is, God is awesome. He will do exactly what he said he will do, okay? He won't make you do anything. You still have to get up and do, things for yourself, but he will definitely meet you halfway. And when I tell you he began to do something in me that was so profound, okay, because I got up and I made the decision and I made the choice and I said it with my own mouth that I was not going to let this depression consume me. He met me where I was. And when I tell you he picked me up, he picked me up. That a lot of people don't understand. Didn't talk about it much to a lot of people because, there's a stigma on it. You don't want to be looked at as crazy. Some people, oh, you're having a pity party. Oh, you're just pretending. Oh, you just want attention. All of that stuff that comes along with it. You don't want that. So a lot of people tend to not talk about it, okay? Depression does not look like all the time what people think it looks like. Depression doesn't always look like a person that looks dirty, they look unkept, they look, not groomed, they look sad, they're always crying. That's not always what it looks like, okay? Depression can look like the person that you talk to every day that's smiling in your face, that seems so happy, they seem to give you encouraging words. Depression can look like that, okay? But when they leave from around people, okay, we as people pretend very well, okay? You don't know what a person is really going through. You never know. You never know, okay? So be careful with what you say, how you treat people, you know, bullying people, cyberbullying, all of that. Just be careful, because you never know when a person may be on the brink of, okay? You never know, okay? So I'm saying that to say, the traditional depression does not always look like what we think it looks like, okay? Um, like I said, for years I pretended well. I pretended well when I was in church. I pretended well when I was in a marriage. I have not felt that level of depression. Um, oh my God, it's been years. It's been at least, I would say at least 8, 9 years, okay? So I give all thanks and all glory to God, because I know it was nobody but Him. When there's something that's going on with you that you know that you're not capable of fixing yourself, it is nobody but God, okay? I did some of the work and He finished it, okay? So all glory goes to God, and I'm so grateful, because depression is no joke, and is not a place, is nothing that I would wish on my worst enemy. Okay, if anybody has ever dealt with a deep depression like that, it is no joke. I know exactly how to handle it now. When I feel it coming on me, I know exactly what to do. I catch it immediately. Okay, I don't sulk in it or anything. Hold on a second, guys. So, now when I feel depression creeping in, immediately I command my mind to think of only positive things. I pray, obviously. Um, Immediately um, I start verbally saying, I'm not depressed. I'm not about to let depression overtake me. I'm not about to let it creep in. I rebuke depression, and I just basically command my mind to line up. I command my mind to line up immediately. Okay? Your mind is very extremely powerful, extremely powerful. And you control your mind. You control your thoughts, okay? And I force my mind to look at whatever situation is trying to trigger me. I force my mind to always look at the good, because there's always good in any situation that occurs. You can always pull something good out of it, always. Okay, and that's how I look at it. My mind, whereas my mindset before was always, oh my God, I don't have this. Oh my God, why is this happening? Now my mindset is like, well, I don't have that, but at least I have this. Helps me is saying to myself and knowing that if I don't have control over a situation, if something happens and it's truly out of your control, you really have to just let it go and let God handle it. Because a lot of times, I am the type of person, anybody that knows me, I'm the type of person that I like to have control over whatever is going on. I want everything to be fixed. I don't want anything to go awry, and if it does go awry, I always want to kind of like bring it back in, and I want to, oh my God, if this is happening, I gotta fix it, gotta fix it, gotta fix it. And I've come to learn and realize and understand that sometimes we have to honestly just sit back and say, okay, this is truly out of my control. I'm not going to force it, because a lot of times we force a situation and it's not supposed to be forced. Okay? It's going in the direction that it's going because that's where God is taking it. Okay? So when you're forcing a situation like that, you're making it a lot worse. Okay? You're putting more stress and strain on yourself. You think that you're fixing it, and the end result is still going to be jacked up. Okay? So things that are out of your control, why worry about them? you know? So I had to train my mind to think that way. And once I train my mind to think that way, I have so much more peace. I have so much more peace in knowing, okay, I've done everything that I can do about that situation. I'm not going to keep dwelling on it. I'm not going to let it just consume my entire day. No. Okay, situation happened, whatever happens, get over it, move on. If I can fix it, I'll fix it. If it's totally out of my control, God, what are you trying to show me? Where are you trying to take me? Where are you trying to pull me? Okay, so yeah, so you know, the reason why I'm talking about mindset obviously is because it ties in a lot to depression. Okay, most of the time, anybody who suffers from depression knows that there are things that trigger your depression, and one of my triggers was me feeling helpless and me feeling like I was not able to have control over a certain situation, and I was not able to fix a certain situation when it was not supposed to be fixed. You know, so I just had to come to that realization, and I just had to, you know, my mother-in-law used to always say, um, let's get rid of stinking thinking. Okay, it was a phrase that she used to say, but I love it, and it still just rings and, you know, resonates in my mind, because stinking thinking is a lot of times what gets us in trouble. Okay, whether it be, everything starts in your mind, everything starts with a thought, but you know, just always thinking negative, you know, always just being so pessimistic about things. Oh, this is going to happen anyway. Well, oh, he's going to do that anyway. Oh, well, you know, I'm going to lose this anyway. Oh, you know, no, change your mindset. No, okay, if this happens, then it's okay. There's nothing I can do about it. It's out of my control. I still have this and that, and I'm happy. Okay, so a lot of times my mindset, okay, my negative mindset from a situation or a circumstance that was not favorable, my mindset and my reaction to it is what was bringing me deeper into that depression, that and I'm not claiming it, but that was pretty much over my life, that was part of my life, that was part of my family's life. So yeah, okay, so you know, part of truly being happy obviously is not living in depression. Okay, so if you want to truly start being at peace and start having happiness and start getting rid of some of that oppression, depression, and all of that, change your stinking thinking, change your mind. Okay? Okay? Give me a comment if you have any questions, because I'll be more than willing to answer them from the experience that I went through. I'm not ashamed of it, and it doesn't bother me to talk about it. So if you have any questions, you need any tips or whatever, leave it down in the comments, okay? I love you. Swirl Gang. We out.